Hello everyone, it's time for today's tutorial, and this week we've chosen a pretty little song. You probably know it. It's called Clair, and it was written by Gilbert O'Sullivan, or Raymond O'Sullivan to give him his real name, in 1972. And Claire was the young daughter of his then manager Gordon Mills. They later had a huge falling out over money, what else, but nevertheless it remains a very pretty song. What do we know about this song? Well, it's in the key of E minor, so apart from the little instrumental break which shuffles up half a tone into F minor before resolving back down to E minor, but we'll come to that in due course. There is a little introduction to the song that on the record, excuse me, I've got a bit of bronicles this morning, on the record is whistled. Now, if you want to whistle it, by all means go ahead. If you have to use a kazoo, then use a kazoo if you must. Or else you can play it as a little picked instrumental introduction on your mighty ukulele. Low G helps in this case, and I'll show you what I mean, because the melody of that little introductory passage, whistled passage, goes like this. It goes 1, 2, 3. There we go. If you want to do that an octave higher, by all means go ahead, because the whistle is actually an octave higher, but I can't get up there. But it starts on a B note. I have, if anybody wants it, I've got the tab for that little introductory instrumental passage. Okay, so it means that if you want to play that instrumental passage picked, then somebody else in your group has to be playing the chords. And it starts on the chords on an E minor chord. 1, 2, 3, ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum. So you need two of you to be able to do both of those. But otherwise, the introduction is very simple. It's 4 beats on E minor, 4 beats on A minor 7th. Now, you can quite happily play A minor 7th like that if you want, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I always find that A minor 7th kind of lacks a bit of control. So you might find that the A minor 7th that works better in the context of this song and right the way through it is, instead of 4 zeros, play it as 2 0 3 0, like that. It's just another voicing of A minor 7th. And it actually loses the E note, but you can do without that. So the introduction is a bar of E minor, a bar of A minor 7th, a bar of D, and then a bar of D 7th. And again, in this context, at this point in the song, the open D 7th, the Hawaiian D 7 2020, seems to work as the nicest voicing. So that's how it starts. It's actually pretty much the first line of the melody as well, of the verse. And when you get into the verse, we get that E minor 7th to start. Claire, the moment I met you, I swear. Open D 7th there again. The next chord is a B minor 7th. Well, 2 2 2 2 is the best way of playing B minor 7th in this context. And the advantage of playing it like that is that you can put your little finger down on the 5th fret of the 2nd string and get a melody note in there. I felt as if something somewhere, and then back to the E minor. And A minor 7th, as I say, that 2 0 3 0 seems to work best in this context. And the second phrase is pretty much a repeat of the first. In fact, it is. And then we get to the line that goes, but try as hard as I might do, I don't know why. It's a G chord. Now, again, some of you can play your plain 0, 2, 3, 2, plain G chord, and nothing wrong with that at all. Some of you might want to play it as a G5, which eliminates the B note, and you get G, D, G, D. Because, again, in context, where you're going to from that G chord is an F diminished. Now, your chord books will tell you that F diminished is 1, 2, 1, 2, Scotland Yard. And that is perfectly true, but that voicing works okay. But if you play the G5, and leave your little finger anchored on the 5th fret of the 1st string, and then make the diminished shape around that, so you're playing 4, 5, 4, 5, then you hear that melody note over the F diminished, and you can find the F note in the diminished chord if you want. It's on the 3rd string. So that's just another voicing for that G to F diminished transition. See, it works. And then back to the A minor 7th. And if you want at this juncture to change the A minor 7th ever so slightly again and play it as 2, 0, 3, 3, just putting that top C note in rather than the top A note. Again, variations on a theme. And there I would go for the closed D7th. Because again, you've got that C melody note up there on the 1st string. So we get why, in spite of our age difference, do I cry? You get to me in a way I can't decide. So I reckon that D7th would be better closed than opened. And then we get to the last part of the verse where it goes from a C major 7th to an A9. If you don't know A9, the way that it works in this context is 0, 1, 0, 2. Lovely chord. And it works in this context because from a C major 7th, which is 0, 0, 0, 2, you're just adding the 1st fret on the 3rd string, and then from that A9th you're going to a G6th. So you just slide that finger up a fret to the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So we've got a little run there going, and then it goes back down to the C sharp or up to the E. So you can do it as either or. But that's what's going on in the background there. We've got that. And then from the A7th we drop back to the minor, A minor 7th. And then Clair. Right, now we've got an opened D7th is probably the better one there, because you can add the melody note B on the 1st string at the 2nd fret. So you go from A minor 7th, oh Clair, a D7th with the added 6th. And then we're back to the verse again. And then the verse goes through exactly the same as the first verse, except that it's shorter. It's the first line of melody is repeated in the first verse and not in the second. But apart from that, it's exactly the same. And now we come to that little instrumental break, which on Gilbert O'Sullivan's record is done on a harmonica. You can again use whatever implement that you aspire to. You can use a whistle, or you can play a tin whistle if you want, or a recorder, or a kazoo, or you can pick it on your trusty uke. And again, I have the tab for the melody of this, but it starts on an F minor. Now the easiest way to achieve F minor from here is you play an E minor normally like that. Now if you complete the E minor and make it a 4-string chord by fretting the 4th string at the 4th fret and with your ring finger, and then dropping your little finger onto the 4th fret of the 3rd string, that's a full 4-string E minor. And all you've got to do is slide that up 1 fret to an F minor. And that works as well as that one, the 1013, like that. That's the standard F minor that all the chord books will show, but it works perfectly well up there. And the reason it works up there is because the first 3 notes of the melody of the little instrumental break are A flat. So you've actually got those 3 notes on the first 3 strings of the uke. It's actually A flat, F, A flat, C. But you can do it like that. It's quite clever because it's in F minor and then it just imperceptibly resolves back down to E minor. And the chord structure for that is, if you like to play the chords, Pam, and I'll do the melody, it works like this: 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I'm on F minor.
Sorry, once again: 1, 2, 3, 4. See, so it slides imperceptibly back down into the E minor key for the last verse.
Would you like to talk about the chords in the break?
The chords in the break, yeah.
You've done the F minor.
F minor. B flat minor 7th. Easiest way is a 4-string bar on the 1st fret. There are various other ways of playing a B flat minor 7th, and I'm sure you can think of them. We could play it up there, which would be 4, 6, 7, 5. So that's another, B flat minor 7th would be 4, 6, 5, 5. But the first position works just as well there. Then the E flat is the chord following that. Again, your chord dictionaries may well show E flat as 3, 3, 3, 6. In this context, 0, 3, 3, 1 works better. And it's a nice voicing for E flat, and it's quite an easy one to achieve from your B flat minor 7th. Then the chord following that is an A flat. Well, your standard A flat is like that. It's actually 5, 3, 5, 3, 4, 3. The cheats way is just to play a G shape, slid up 1 fret, and don't sound the 4th string. So we just get that. The way that I find easiest is to do a bar on the 3rd fret and then play an F shape. So you're getting 5, 3, 4, 3, and that's a full A flat. From there we're going back to an F minor, either that one or that one. And then from the F minor it goes back to C. And you can play a plain C, 0, 0, 3 if you want, or you can play that as a C5, 0, 0, 3, 3. Either works well, but you're picking up that G note. And then we're back into the last verse, of which the structure is quite interesting. Gilbert O'Sullivan was very well known for his percussive style of piano playing, very much on the beat. And again, in this song, it's a bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Percussive on the beat. And that happens in the last verse, but whereas pretty much everything that's gone before changes the chord after 4 beats, in the passage in the last verse, the chord changes after only 2 beats. So it gives it a kind of hurried feel to it, which is exactly what Gilbert O'Sullivan intended, and it's because the lyric is saying, get back into bed, can't you see that it's late? No, you can't have a drink. Oh, well, all right then. And all that is changing the chords at 2 beats instead of 4. And I'll show you what I mean. We'll show you what I mean. So the last verse starts 1, 2, 3, 4. Clair, 2, 3, 4. I've told 2, 3, 4. Da, da. I'll get it right this time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Clair, I've told you before, don't you? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 to bed. Can't you see that it's late? No, you can't have a drink. Oh, all right, then but wait just a bit. And then we get back to 4 beats before the chord change. Because the lyric is saying, just wait a bit while I, in an effort to babysit, catch my breath, what there is left of it. It's a very clever use of a musical accompaniment to pick up what the lyric is saying. And so,
did we tell everybody what G major 7th was?
Did we tell everybody?
No.
G major 7th, 0, 2, 2, 2. That's the first position, easiest voicing, and works best in the context of this song. What else? Oh, one thing I didn't mention is that in the verse, yes, I did mention that, didn't I? You can hit that B note. And so that's actually about it. So yeah, I think pretty much everything except the very last line where it slows down, going from You Can Be Murder, where we're starting with that run again. You can be murder at this hour of the day, but in the morning this hour we'll see a lifetime away. Oh, Clair, Clair. Now, just for that last line, I think it might be nice to stay on the oh, Clair, and put that B note in on the D 7th, so you add the 6th. And then the last little phrase is there is no vocal except for the very last chord, which is just spoken "Oh Clair." So after that, "Oh Clair, Clair," we've got another little instrumental passage over the same chords, E minor, A minor 7th, C major 7th, and finishing on the G major. So we've got that little melody, again on a harmonica or whatever, or on here, is like this. It's a repeat. It goes bum, 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 bum. So with Pam playing on the starting, just playing that little passage. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Clair. So that's about it. There's all sorts of little things that you can do to embellish your playing and enhance your playing, but it is a very pretty little song. And of course the recording ends with, I think she was 3 years old at the time, little Clair Mills' childish, adorable giggle. So there we go. If you can replicate that, good luck to you. I certainly can't. Okay, well that's about it. As always, the copy of the song sheet is available online or from us, and I've also got the tab for the introductory passage and also for the little instrumental break. So if anybody wants any of those, just let us know, and they shall be winging their way to you by the miracles of modern technology. Oh, that's it, isn't it? That's
Play
all
along
that's all
version
from us.
will be out on Sunday.
Of course, as usual. We have another comic song for you on Friday. Something a little different this week. Prepare to be surprised. And more of the same next week. It looks like as if our restricted way of life is going to be continuing for several months to come. So we'll scratch around and see if we can find something to help keep you entertained during the long, lonely winter nights. It's being so cheerful as keeps me going. Okay, that's all from us for today, and we'll see you soon, we hope. And until we do, stay safe, be kind to yourselves and be nice to each other. Bye from us for now.
Bye.